Hello, once Forest Focus. Nottingham Forest looks set to solve their reserve fullback problem, at least in part, with the arrival of Nicolo Savona from Juventus. For tonight, Fabrizio Romano tweeting Forest have agreed a deal in excess of €15 million to sign the 22-year-old. He hasn't had a medical yet, and there haven't been contracts sorted or anything like that, but a deal's in place, and it seems like he is set to join us. So I thought we'd talk through a little bit about him, give a little bit of insight from Adam Summerton for those who missed it previously the other day, see what he's got to offer and what he maybe doesn't offer before talking a little bit about other news. So let's get into Savona. Just further to what Fabrizio Romano saying, another Italian transfer specialist, Nicola Savona, is saying that Forest will sign him for €16 million with a 10% sell-on fee. Doesn't say profit, it just says 10%. Medical tomorrow is planned, and he'll sign a 5-year deal worth $2 million a year. I saw in an earlier tweet of his that was after tax, so that's just over 30 grand a week. But again, after tax, not before. So someone who's smarter than me can work out the details. Just a bit on in then. Last season was his breakthrough year. As mentioned, he's 22. He played 28 games in Serie A, 19 of which were starts. His breakthrough really came in the first part of the season rather than the second, when Thiago Motta was manager. He promoted him from their next-gen squad. He got into the Italy squad once. He signed a new contract till, I think, 2028 or something like that. He signed a new contract quite recently. Anyway, his fortune seemed to have faded a little bit from what I was reading about him once Igor Tudor became manager and played him in a different position. So we'll talk a little bit more about him. But as mentioned, TNT Sports is Serie A expert and commentator Adam Summerton can tell us more. So if you haven't heard this from the other day, check this out. It's 2 minutes of insight from Adam on what he will offer to Forest.
Well, the situation at Juve right now, and this has been a case for a while, is that they're needing to raise funds in order to be able to bring players in. We saw that last summer, and one of the things that they've been doing and being creative in that respect is having to sell some of their youth products. Probably the most high profile of those was Dean Howson, who'll be kicking themselves probably for letting go. He went on loan to Roma, then ended up at Bournemouth and now has gone to Real Madrid and has had a rather meteoric rise. So there's a danger that they could make a similar mistake. That said, Savona, for me, is not in that bracket. I don't see him as being, well, certainly not right now, as good as Howson, and he's in a different position as well. He is a right back. That's where he predominantly played under Thiago Motta last season at Juventus. Motta gave him his debut at the start of last season. When Motta lost his job partway through last season, Igor Tudor came in towards the end of the campaign, and he tended to use him on the right-hand side of a three-man defence, so a right centre-back. I didn't always feel like he looked that comfortable in that position, looked more comfortable as a right-back. He's 22, turned 22 in March. He has been called up to the senior Italy squad, but is yet to make his debut. But there are those within the international setup monitoring him in that respect. He's 6'4", fairly physically imposing. Not necessarily the type of right back who you'd see necessarily creating a lot of chances or providing a lot of assists, although you will see him get forward. The creative side of his game is perhaps somewhere where he could improve, and there is room for growth with him. As I say, he is only 22 and only made his senior debut at the start of last season. I think just to go back to the point I made at the start here, in terms of Juve letting youth products go, I think that's something that's a growing sense of frustration with their supporters, and I suspect that their supporters will probably be quite split on whether they should let Savona go. A lot of that will depend on the fee. I think Juve would like somewhere in the region of €20 million. I think Forest, from the reports I've read, value him at more around €12 million. So there's a bit of a gap there. If they could meet somewhere around the middle, I think in terms of somebody with the potential to improve and a pretty good squad player with Champions League experience, I think that could be a decent punt, a decent deal for Forest.
So it continues our dealings with Juventus this summer. Some successful, some less successful. Remember Timothy Weah and the other winger whose name I've forgotten about now. Felt like a lifetime ago, who didn't sign. Obviously, Douglas Luiz did sign, and it took forever to get it over the line. So this one looks like it's going to happen. For conspiracy theorists amongst you, his agent is not Mendes or Jarabchin or anyone like that. It's someone called MP Management, according to the internet, and he's their main client. So for what that's worth, anyway. He was linked with Man City earlier in the summer, and then he was linked with Wolves as well. So different ends of the Premier League table. So read into that what you want. Juventus fans seem quite divided on him as well. As Adam said, he doesn't seem like he's another Dean Hyson, but a few fans seem disappointed that he's going from what I was looking at. But also some fans think he's not at that level, and it's a decent sale. It's interesting that he's 6'4". I read an article saying that they feel like he'll migrate into the centre of defence more than play right back. So he doesn't seem like a sort of a Forest right back in the sense of, Aina and Williams really do get forwards well. So it'd be interesting if he does have that in his locker and he defies the stereotype of people who are 6'4" like me. So maybe I'm prejudging someone who's as tall as me. I don't know. So we'll see how he does. Watching YouTube highlights, which are always deceptive and make players look amazing. The headline of the video was Nicolo Savona is amazing, and he didn't look amazing. He looked fine. So we'll see. He doesn't leap off the page as being like an elite signing to me, at least. But I'm so little to go on that I don't know. And we can't sign £30 million players all the time. We are recruiting for a backup position, and if he's good and solid and young and can progress, then it seems like decent business. Not everyone's going to be Douglas Luiz levels of excitement and things like that for players that we bought in. So I'm interested to see how it plays out and what he can offer us. He's got European football experience as well, which is going to be useful when we're drawn in Europe in the Europa League tomorrow, 11:45 a.m. We shall be live for that. So yeah, looks like he is coming in. Maybe it's a good move for him. Igor Tudor didn't seem to be quite as keen on the player, or he didn't perform quite as well playing in a more of a back three role. So perhaps this is the move that he wants. A young, promising player. Just the question is how promising and how much can he show at Forest? And hopefully it's a lot, because I think he's going to get opportunities. We can't play Ola Aina in every single game. So he's coming in. He's going to have an international break to acclimatise himself, and let's see what he can do. Just in terms of other transfers, then, looks like we are going to sign a left back as well. Obviously, Savona's a right back. Two names for the left back slot, and according to the Athletic, as we've mentioned, Victor Christiansen from Leicester and Joaquin Saiss from Club Bruges. I don't know too much about Saiss, but Bruges do have a recent history, a track record of developing players. Obviously, Maxim de Kuyper has just gone to Brighton. Thiago, the striker who scored for Brentford against us, he came from there after a good season in Belgium. Nusa, the young talent who I think went to Italy, and Noah Lang, who's just gone to Napoli. I think instead of Dan Ndoye. So he came from there. This is all in the last 3 seasons, and they've sold other players for bigger fees as well. They sold another player to AC Milan for €30 million. So they have a track record of developing talent at least. So those are probably the main 2 names to monitor for the left back slot. Goalkeepers, Livakovic at Fenerbahce and David Soria at Getafe. And then we're looking for a winger still, I think. The Backwell one's interesting. Check out the video today with Dan and Ian and Mikey for more of their thoughts on that. But business still to do. Feels like we're getting there now, though, subject to what I think will still be a busy deadline day, certainly. Only other bit of news is that the third kit is out. I'll put a photo on screen. It's probably not the clearest photo. It's one of the cool advertising photos, but people know I'm not that asked about kits, but it looks good to me. And it seems like all 3 kits have been really good and really well received this season. So I thought I'd flag that. As mentioned, we are back tomorrow. Let me know what you think about the kit in the comments. But back tomorrow, 11:45 a.m. For all the European draw stuff. The draw is at 12, but we'll fill you in on the details of how it all works and who Forest might play and when. I got that completely wrong earlier on the podcast before my Wi-Fi cut out and spared me further embarrassment. So we'll have all the details on that for 11:45 a.m. with Greg Temps and Rob Adcock, who really knows his stuff and will set me straight. So do join us for that. As mentioned, you'll have noticed that I had to abruptly cut short, sort of, the podcast earlier today. So I just, people will be patient and bear with me for 1 second. I will do the advert that I was meant to do that helps me bring this to you for free. So Home Move Estate Agents, a property of the week for them, I will put on screen. This is Post Office Lane, Red Mile, Nottinghamshire. It's on for 425,000 or over. It's in the Vale of Belvoir, and that's a lovely area. And as you can see on screen, if you're watching, it's a new build, four double bedrooms, three with built-in wardrobes, family bathroom, ensuite shower room to the main bedroom. It's got an office, it's got a utility room, and crucially, it's got no onward chain. Those are some more photos of the upstairs for those who are watching on YouTube. Do check out the link. If you're listening and you're looking to move to that area, click the link in the description and it will tell you more about that property. If you're looking for blinds, should you buy that property, or shutters, then check out Vesta Blinds. As ever, they are in subject of the transfer window, have just signed up for a contract extension with the podcast, which is great. So made to measure blinds or shutters, check out the link in the description for Vesta Blinds as well. And finally, I know I'm asking people to be patient here. If you are looking to go to the West Ham game, you can't get tickets, do check out the link in the description for Seat Unique. It's for hospitality, so you pay a bit more to get a bit more. Champagne reception, all your food and drinks before and after the game. Great view, great padded seat. It's top class stuff from them. So like I say, check out link in description. And if you do buy from them, it helps me out. I get a bit of a kickback. So I would really appreciate that if you are looking to treat yourself this weekend, or should I say, this weekend. Yeah. Right, that's everything. Let us know what you think about Savona's potential signing, likely signing, in the comments below. And hopefully we shall see you at 11:45 a.m., tomorrow. But if not, we shall see you soon.